guy in America right now. Alan Ogg made a contribution. Alan Ogg, UW from Alabama, Birmingham, slides over, makes a great block, and celebrates it.
When Billy Cunningham talks to the Miami Heat as an owner, he talks some experience, an NBA title as a player, another as a coach. Did you say anything to them about handling playoff pressure?
Yeah, I said to some of the individuals, but when you get to this level, you have to experience it firsthand. And, you know, the kids are playing pretty well so far.
Another quarter to go, possibly another game or two. Back to Bob.
Kevin Lockery told us, Craig Sager, that this is worth an extra 2 years playing in the league in terms of development for his young team to get even 3 games in the playoff. They're hoping to avoid a sweep here and get an extra game. That was Kevin Edwards from the corner for 2.
I'm surprised. Horace Grant had a very mild third quarter. He had 1 point. 1 rebound, 2 points, 1 rebound. He's a big part of their defense, one of their better shot blockers. He's been extremely quiet this game. He's a part of the Doberman defense, and he's kind of like an absent child today.
Pippen has not been absent, that's for sure. Craig Hodges comes in to give Michael Jordan a rest with 11:34 to go in the game, and the Heat leading it by 2.
Well, I don't mean to be cute, but I really look for Chicago here to turn up the Heat defensively. That is how they make their living. I know Phil Jackson's not happy right now with the way things have gone. Yeah, give the Heat a lot of credit for playing with a lot of poise, putting in some threes, and hanging in this game. But it's Chicago's defense that eventually wilts you.
Heat by 1, they've led by as many as 17. That foul on Cliff Livingston of Chicago. From Miami Arena, 15,008 packed in here for the first playoff game in Miami Heat history. Right after this, out to the West Coast, Pete Van Wieren and Hubie Brown will have the Blazers and the Lakers. Blazers hoping to sweep Los Angeles out of the playoffs. Phoenix trying to do likewise with San Antonio tonight.
Isolation for Kevin Edwards. Probably their strongest driver in the first few years of this franchise. That's how he made a living. That's how he stayed in the league. The DePaul product is not a terrific outside shooter, only an average outside shooter, and in this particular playoff series is shooting less than 400% from the field. However, he is a strong finisher. He has the best leaps of anybody on the team. And he is a guy that can cause some problems and get his team on the free throw line. You know, Bob, it's always great to get your team on the free throw line as early in the fourth quarter as you can. So when those fouls come, you got a chance to go to the line and shoot 2 every time.
Bulls have 2 team fouls. Miami 1. 11:05 to go in this ball game. Heat by 2. Pippen with a Williams pick. Pick and roll to Williams. Missed the lay-in. Rebound Edwards. Nice pass to Long. Good block by Pippen.
Should have dunked it. Should have gone right in and dunked it.
Hodges buries the 3. He's the NBA three-point champion. That surprises nobody.
That's how he makes his living. You got to know that that's what he likes to do, and you got to go at him defensively.
Haskins to Kevin Edwards. Pulls up for the jumper, but is fouled by Craig Hodges. Now that's one. Let him shoot it, because that's not his game.
Well, quite honestly, you got a terrible mismatch in there for Chicago. Craig Hodges, yes, he can still hit some threes, but I mean, even his own teammates call him Highway 14 defensively. And if you want to get your team on the free throw line, and if you want to get some points easily, and you want to score points with the clock stopped, you get an isolation against Craig Hodges, and you can take him to the basket, you know, all night long.
This game is tied at 84. Let's talk about some significance here. Chicago's won the first 2 by 19 and 30 points respectively. Miami trying to stay alive here in the playoffs, and they're tied with only 10 minutes to go in the game. Hodges. from long range. Cole for the offside rebound.
Well, let's see if they take advantage of this Hodges matchup.
Rice backs off from Livingston. Throws up a brick.
That's an ill-advised shot. You got a terrific matchup you want to take advantage of. You got to start planning these things on your way down. If you don't have an easy transition basket, then you want to. Really, it's the responsibility of the point guard or some leader out there to recognize that. Maybe Kevin's got it now. Let's see.
Phoenix up by 6 in the third quarter, hoping to eliminate San Antonio tonight.
Went inside the cycle.
Powerful move. He missed the jam, but will go to the line.
Ronnie Cycli has excellent footwork. He's been taught real well. Ron Rothstein did a fine job, this first 2 years here, working with these guys, giving them, the fundamentals. Kevin Lockery has done an excellent job working with them. Look inside here. He got a little help there from the left elbow. Bought himself a little space. Scott Williams doesn't have the reputation. Picks up the foul.
Take a look at the exhaustion on the face of Ronnie Cycli, and it's not just physical exhaustion, it's emotional exhaustion, playing the extra season, so to speak. And Kevin Lockery said he warned this young team. There are only 2 players on the team, Sundvold and Brian Shaw, who have any playoff experience. He said, I warned them about the incredible difference in intensity, but as Billy Cunningham said a few minutes ago, there's no way to talk about it. They have to experience.
And Billy really knows, and I think he's very proud of these young men, and well, he should be.
Heat up by 2. Pippen missed the jam.
Good matched up. You got a free one.
Hodges drains the 3.
See, there's never an excuse from a defensive standpoint, even when there's a loose ball, that you don't hustle back and get matched up. You learn that in 8th grade. You carry it over into high school, college, and NBA. It's crucial.
Bulls lead by 1. Rice into Cycli. He's got a mismatch down there with Pippen. It's a 3-point opportunity for Ronnie Cycli. He has 16 points.
Well, right now, the Miami Heat got a couple of good things working for them. Matchups where they can find baskets. That's one. The Kevin Edwards and Craig Hodges matchup is also one that they can take advantage of. But Hodges is gone, and his airness is back.
As is Bill Cartwright. 3rd foul on Scott Williams. He goes to the bench.
Well, Phil Jackson's punching all the right buttons. That's what he needs to do. He needs to bring in the veteran Bill Cartwright to play Ronnie Cycli inside. He needs to get Craig Hodges off the floor defensively, and he needs a superstar in the game.
Heat by 2. Livingston tied up by Cycli. That caused the steal for Cole. He's fouled at half court.
I'm not sure whether Kevin Lockery is going to these traps because he wanted to get higher energy levels out of his team, or he wanted to maybe just see if he could force the issue from the standpoint of not letting Chicago do exactly what they want to do. It takes them out of the triangles. They've just got to react to the traps. That time they didn't react very well.
Check this, Scottie Pippen with 4 personal fouls.
I don't think it's a major problem right now.
8:48 to go in the game. Cole's missing from the line. Heat's up by 2. If you're Phil Jackson, of course he's concerned at any time. Livingston's going to the bench as Grant comes back in. When you start looking up there, Phil Jackson, does he start saying, wait a minute, these guys are hanging around a long time?
Oh, I think Phil Jackson, in all honesty, Bob, felt that way from the start of the game right to this very moment. No coach stands on that sideline and looks at another team hang with his team, the defending champions, as long as they have and as proudly as this Miami Heat team has done, and not be worried about it.
Good ball movement. Jordan back in the game. Drew Edwards away, takes it to the line, and is fouled by Cycli, who just picked up his 4th foul.
Oh, they got caught in the trap, and they tried to rotate out of the trap. There's the trap. Now they got to rotate back and match up. You see Long trying to go over there and match up, but then Jordan just easily got himself to the basket. Left Kevin Edwards just standing there.
Jordan 10 of 12 from the free throw line tonight. Bulls down by 2, 8:30 to go in the game.
Right now on the other end, the Miami Heat's got